Today, we're talking about the drama surrounding Lauren the Mortician, a TikToker who has been under fire lately for using her former experience as mortician to review and approve child safety products, which has led to Lauren's fans tagging her in the comments of other videos, asking if the products being reviewed have the Lauren stamp of approval. And this resulted in one certified child safety influencer being called out by Lauren, followed by fans mass reporting and getting his account banned from TikTok. We'll go over this on top of even more recent drama, where Lauren the Mortician and her lawyer called the police to do a wellness check on another creator, going on to file what is now being considered a joke of a defamation lawsuit against 4 content creators that merely criticized a few of Lauren's actions. And I've pulled together the police call footage, the lawsuit documents, and the rest of the story. So by the end, you can get caught up with pretty much everything going on with Lauren the Mortician. But if it's your first time here, hi, I'm Austin. I make videos staying caught up with the latest internet drama and news. So if that sounds like your thing, feel free to stick around. Each week, we're getting closer and closer to 100,000 subs, and I can't believe we've even gotten this far. For anyone that's joined us so far, I really appreciate your continued support. But even if you don't decide to subscribe, thank you so much for watching. Today's video idea was sent to me by a handful of different people over the past few months. If you ever come across something you think I should cover, feel free to send it to me on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok. Now, let's just get into it. This is Lauren the Mortician on TikTok. Lauren's a content creator that has a 4-year degree in mortuary science. She makes videos sharing from her working experience as a mortician. And the past few months, she's been creating more content related to using that experience to review children's toys and safety devices.
It's finally happening. Brands are sending me their products with the Lauren stamp of approval. This is gonna be fun.
This was followed by a trend where her fans would comment the word Beetlejuice and tag Lauren under videos of other content creators reviewing similar children's safety devices.
So this TikTok thing, take me on this journey. You got on there, you started posting, and
it just kind of blew up. So I made a list of things, of toys that I didn't like last December, and Daily Mail and everybody ran with it. They're like, oh my god, this mortician, she doesn't allow this in our house. That's how I grew up too, because my dad was also a paramedic, so it was normal to me. And then when your dad's a mortician too, he's got a list of things like, hey, we're not doing this. And then when I get into it, I'm like, holy, he's really right, I'm not doing this either. And so I just made a list. It kind of expanded into, well, why
yeah,
for each thing. So I kind of went on, and then I don't even know how it happened, but I started getting tagged in videos. I'm like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? What do you think of this? And now it's escalated. I don't even know where the Beetlejuice started from, but if that's what they want to do, I'm here for it.
Well, you've kind of created a safe space where people trust your opinion. You seem pretty knowledgeable of what you're talking about, and people want to know what your opinion is on certain things. So I think that's awesome. That speaks volumes of your character, because, you know, obviously you're doing something right because it's grasping millions of people's attention.
Somebody commented on this TikTok and said, Beetlejuice came from you not wanting people's feeds filled with them tagging you because it upset so many. Someone put Beetlejuice instead, and you loved. Soon after this, during October and November, Lauren was acknowledging the Beetlejuice tag during the intros of some of her videos, using her fans to find and call out problematic content. But that's pretty much all the context you need on who Lauren the Mortician is. Now, let's talk about the first of 2 major situations she's been involved in recently. This is Jamie Grayson on TikTok, formerly under the handle of The Jamie Grayson. But we'll find out in a second why that's no longer the case. Jamie is a certified child passenger safety technician, and he makes content related to reviewing car seats and baby gear. Around August 16th, a fan of Lauren the Mortician commented on one of Jamie's car seat review TikToks, where they claimed they wouldn't trust Jamie's opinion if Lauren the Mortician said so.
Okay, I want to address this, and this is in no way a hate Lauren the Mortician post. I follow her, we follow each other, we are mutuals. I like her content. What is not okay is I'm getting tagged all over the place on her account about car seats. I am a CPST. I was first certified as a child passenger safety technician about 10 years ago, and I am now dual certified as a CPST in America and Canada. Okay, Lauren, now is not a CPST. She's found out today she's going to go through the class. Great. We need more. We need more. She's intelligent. We need more people who care about this. But right now, her opinion on car seats and what dictates if a seat is safe or not, along with anyone else, if you do not work in this space, it does not matter. That's full stop. That's it. There's all car seats that are legal and regulated that are on the market are safe when used correctly. Okay? So these videos about the revolving seats not being safe, no, they're fine. They're fine when they're used correctly. I don't know how to say anything but this. If you do not work in car seat safety, if you are not a manufacturer, if you do not have the CPST certification, your opinion on if a car seat is safe or not has no merit. We also have no way to test them for safety. We don't have labs. We don't have sleds. We go by the base assumption that car seats available for purchase on the American market get a pass-fail. That's what they get. Same in Canada. You get a pass or a fail. So car seats save lives when they are used correctly. So I can't. Like, she's going to be a great tech. Wonderful. Again, we need more. But right now, anyone giving their opinion about car seats when they don't have the training and the credentials, that's like me giving you hair and makeup tips. I'm not an esthetician. I certainly would not.
After uploading this video, Jamie says that Lauren blocked him, and then started on a spiral of events that only made things worse. But before we talk about that, we need to understand how people online were feeling about Lauren's style of call-out content. On August 29th, someone posted on Reddit saying, Lauren the Mortician is starting to get the hubris and ego that all the call-out creators do, arguing that the Beetlejuice thing is starting to get to her head. On September 9th, another user on Reddit was upset about comments from Lauren's fans. An actual doctor is reviewing baby products, and people are still tagging Lauren the Mortician. An actual real-life expert, and people are asking Lauren, who has zero qualifications to be giving her opinion on the safety of baby products. I cannot anymore. The comments say, Lauren the Mortician, I have one of these, but now I'm wondering if it's safe to use. Did you not watch the video? No, I did. I just really appreciate and value Lauren's view on things like this too. Someone else says, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Lauren the Mortician, and someone replies, it's an effing baby chair, with even more of Lauren's fans commenting similar things. On October 4th, Lauren went on the Dumb Blonde podcast to record an episode called Black Market Body Parts. And during the 2-hour podcast, they had some weird things to say about Jamie and his video from earlier.
So he's trying to call me crazy. This dude sounds like a fucking whack job. I wouldn't want to take any advice about my child from him. And I don't even know who he is. Just for a grown man to do this to a woman, like that's a red flag right there.
Yeah.
So he's very in tune with his feminine side.
Yeah. So he has a certificate that says that he can talk to people about car seat safety, so I can't. And I'm like, you know what? I'm a mom. I can use car seat every goddamn day.
Did he make their own certificate?
He sure printed it off on ink after the 60-hour course that he took.
Good Lord.
And moms are more than capable.
Is he a parent?
No.
I'm gonna have to go fucking lurk who this is after this. Like, this is crazy that he's not a parent and he's giving car seat parent advice.
So he has this fucking link in his bio. He wants you to pay him so that he'll teach you how to put a car seat in properly in the car. And I'm like,
and doesn't have kids.
It doesn't have kids.
I'm sorry,
but go to the fire station for free for that, by the way.
Oh, yeah. And then if you say that, then you have to make an appointment. Make sure that somebody's there that's CPSD certified.
Wow.
But I'm a mom. I can go on YouTube and look at the video of how to put my car seat in. It comes with a manual.
Yeah.
So
it's like a dude telling you how to carry a pregnancy.
Yeah, like moms can do shit too. I'm not going to have a man tell me, especially a childless man, that I cannot talk about what car seat I would or wouldn't use.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That'd be like me talking about bottles, or I don't know, maybe a life jacket.
It'd be like you talking about basketball.
Yeah.
Like how to blow up a basketball. I don't know the first thing about how to blow up a basketball. I've never played fucking basketball, nor will I ever give lessons or get certified on blowing up basketballs.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
They probably really want to hear me talk about it, honestly, because I've avoided it because I only made one video and they showed their true colors, after.
I mean, yeah, but
I know.
awful.
Following this, on October 17th, people noticed Lauren still attacking Jamie on Facebook. Honest Q, would you take baby product advice from a man who has no children? Has 12 to 15 strollers inside their living room? Also attempts to give baby-wearing baby carrier product recommendations, car seat recs, and high chair recommendations to actual mothers? Just wondering, hypothetically and all. Cause I sure as F wouldn't, especially when they link these products conveniently in their bio for you to purchase so they make commissions and gain financially from that. Never having used the product with a physical baby on a day-to-day basis? Nah, me neither. Just checking. After this, Lauren's continued attacks on Jamie caused so much backlash online that mods on the r/TikTok gossip subreddit had to ban the constant flood of posts concerning Lauren. On the other side of things, people hearing about Jamie through Lauren got so angry about his car seat reviews that they repeatedly reported his TikTok account. Until December 11th, when Jamie posted this on Reddit, confirming his account, The Jamie Grayson, has been permanently banned. All due to strikes claimed against reply videos he made to other people. Nothing at all related to Lauren the Mortician. Somebody following the situation closely on Reddit describes it like this: I am an older woman with grown kids, but I chose to follow Jamie Grayson on his new account simply to help rebuild his platform. I have been all over TikTok watching child safety advocates, pediatricians, fellow CPSTs, nannies, and more highly credible sources defend Jamie. So I've come to the conclusion this isn't a popularity contest between him and Lauren. Jamie has some friends in highly respectable places backing him up, and I totally understand why. Lauren the Mortician swerved way out of her lane of expertise, and, in my opinion, made a complete fool of herself and harmed many others in the process. I am a private and silent viewer on TikTok, so you won't find me in any comments or videos there. I prefer to remain anonymous and post here instead. Because of this, I am not blocked by any of the creators involved and have full access to watch the shit show as it unfolds. I've seen that Lauren the Mortician has now rebranded herself by recording videos in her family's funeral home, and she seems to be gaining traction from possibly new followers because of it. With each new video she posts, I feel more outraged about her. I think about how she had Jamie's account banned, to where he had to start over from scratch to educate on childcare, while she is able to rebrand her platform, beginning at 2.5 million followers, to educate on death care. Education and childcare will always be more important than death care, period. Yet, she selfishly wiped his platform off the app to cover her ass. There's just something so very wrong and unethical about that to me, being that his content definitely has more educational value than hers. Try to remember that comment about Lauren rebranding herself for later. But here's the latest info we know regarding this ongoing situation between Jamie and Lauren. Jamie posted this on January 8th. Jamie here, I'd like your help. I'm still working behind the scenes to try to get my original TikTok account restored, but now I'm asking for help. I was given email addresses when this first started that I think it's now time to use. If any of you feel like emailing them and letting them know about the situation and the false copyright strikes against my original account, The Jamie Grayson, I would really appreciate that. Apparently, a lot of people are getting a bounce back letter from the legal address that allows you to fill out a form. If you have the bandwidth to do that, it is appreciated. If not, I just appreciate your time and help and support during all of this chaos. I've had it, LOL. I even have a sample letter on my Facebook page. I will link that below. Many thanks, y'all. Now, let's talk about the also ongoing situation between Lauren the Mortician and another TikToker by the name of Caffeinated Kitty, who, around the beginning of October, started getting comments comparing her style and appearance to Lauren the Mortician. Well, Kitty didn't appreciate them too much, because she posted this video calling out Lauren the Mortician for transphobic behavior, among other things.
Lauren the Mortician is a TERF. I have receipts, I have deets, and you should just go ahead and take a seat. People noticed that she was on her Instagram following a bunch of red-adjacent folk, but in particular one that basically is a gay man's Tucker Carlson. And not only was she following him, but she was actively liking incredibly transphobic and hateful rhetoric and content. So, as you can see here, I decided to make a fun and helpful little list of all of the different videos I caught her liking.
Kitty then goes into detail about specific posts Lauren liked. I'll link the full list down below if you want to take a look. Then she adds this.
The truth of the matter is, the only reason I'm saying anything about it is because I'm getting confused for her. In multiple different threads over the weekend that people were talking about creators that are coming out with controversy or bad vibes, I'm getting tagged because people are talking about the Beetlejuice lady, and other people are being like, who? Are you talking about Kitty? And to those who are like, correcting this, I do appreciate you. Not because I'm afraid of getting hate, I just prefer accuracy. If people are going to dislike me, can you at least dislike me for something I actually say or do? And I don't even have the middle school mindset of she's copying me. I'm sure she will claim that she didn't even know who I was and had nothing to do with me, etc. It was just a matter of coincidence, and that's fine. My concern was that A, people would claim I was copying her just because they heard it from her first as a larger creator in statistics, or 2, she would inevitably do something that gets herself in some hot water and people remember, like, gimmicks better than they remembered names, and so the Beetlejuice thing would be brought up and people would get us confused. And lo and behold, like most things, I'm right. Just not Lauren's kind of right, if you know what I mean.
She wraps up by noting that Lauren the Mortician's video series called The Morbid Minute is likely a parody of a longtime creator in the space like Caitlin Dougherty or Ask a Mortician.
And on that note, and this is conjecture, but I mean, if it were the case that it was copying, it wouldn't be the first time. A Morbid Minute is absolutely from Caitlin Dougherty or Ask a Mortician. And as somebody in the, like, funeral space, it's a very niche content creation subgenre, she has no reason to not know that. I've never seen her acknowledge Caitlin in terms of the Morbid Minute coming from her, but I mean, I'll just point that out.
This video was followed up by another creator named Becca Day, who had been reporting on the drama related to Lauren the Mortician for the past few months. Around October 24th, she uploaded a video reporting on a DM she claimed to receive from one of Lauren's past coworkers. The possible coworker says, "I worked with her. She has seen very little. She was a transport student for our ME, of course. She was caught by police taking photos of the deceased." We'll hear more from Becca Day in just a little bit. Around a month later, on November 20th, Kitty posts this video with the caption, "Hope y'all like your internet tea spicy." The text in the video says, "When a larger creator dings you for copyright due to a screenshot of a comment she made, and then her lawyer sends police to your door to do a wellness check, when you indicated you were going to lawyer up and tell the internet what they're doing, and despite the risk of being doxxed, you know that as a villain life coach, it wouldn't be on brand of you to do anything less than still tattle with all the devilish details." And the next day, Kitty posted this 10-minute video sharing the details about this wellness check.
A sizable content creator on this app has apparently hired an attorney to threaten me with all manner of legal actions, and I need to come on here and set the record straight because it's not only a problem online, but it has crossed over into my real life. Because seriously, this attorney sent the police to my front door in a wellness check.
She goes on to explain her initial confusion with the copyright strikes she received, saying that they came from Lauren's lawyer, so she didn't recognize the name, until she remembered somebody else DMing her about a similar copyright strike they received from that same lawyer. Kitty says she then sent an email reaching out to the lawyer that made the strikes, just to confirm that it was on behalf of Lauren. After this, adding,
"And it is such a bizarre copyright infringement strike because going above and beyond the clip-to-clip comparison, she's also claiming that a screenshot of a comment Lauren made on her page equals copywritten material that is infringed upon. And literally just the picture of Lauren's public Instagram that was in that video, because I was showing the live screen recording of bouncing around to prove yes, this is her page, yes, she's liking this content that's being considered transphobic, here's the resources. That was also apparently, to Jeanette and Lauren's perspective, copyright infringement. And because of this double ding, my Zuckerverse account that had 30k followers made me a pretty penny on occasion. We traumatized so many men, we had such a good community. I can't get into it right now. It's still there, but allegedly it's going to be wiped off the face of the Zuckerverse in about 160 days, and I can't even get on there to post and tell people where I'm gonna be or any of that kind of thing. So I'm having to siphon people over, and due to the rampant amount of people pretending to be me and other creators to try to scam people into paying them for fake tarot readings and such, I have to go above and beyond to tell people what is up, and that also includes ensuring that the narrative is not that I got scammed or hacked, because that's simply not the case, instead promising all of the devilish details as soon as I got my legal ducks in a row.
Following this, she gets into all the details regarding this wellness check, which was called in by Lauren and her extremely professional-looking lawyer, Jeanette Braun.
Apparently, Jeanette saw the video where I was talking about this, which was the same day that I emailed her, and she thought it was an appropriate response to send the police to my front door in a wellness check. And the police show up telling me that Jeanette Braun sent them and that she was concerned about erratic and irrational things I was posting on social media. And I explained the situation, how I knew her name and what all was going on, and that from my perspective, they had just been used as a threat of doxing. And the police seemed to be in agreement that this was an absolutely unhinged and inappropriate thing for someone to do. And they did assure me that they're going to keep keep my address like flagged so that if something similar comes in, they like know the situation, but I digress.
In my opinion, calling the police on your haters is one of the most insane things you can do. How can you be that upset about somebody sharing their opinion online? It's pathetic behavior both for Lauren the Mortician and the lawyer.
Then the very next morning, I received my own absolutely. Someone needs to stop at a hardware store sometime soon because we do not have any hinges for this woman's door, apparently. Email from Jeanette. That is also, just side note, in my opinion, very poorly written. That is accusing me of a myriad of different things. Seriously, legal word vomit from my perspective of just accusation after accusation. And easily the most ironic to me was that apparently, according to her, they are alleging I am stalking and harassing Lauren. Not to mention that she not only CC'd my mommy in this and mentions my mother's past address, but she also goes ahead and CC's a theater company that I personally don't work for and have not associated with in years, and that my mother doesn't even work for. She also felt it in her heart to give me some advice that I should get in touch with my insurance information and provide it to her ASAP, because otherwise, if I delay, I might not get covered. She also gave me a super duper scary deadline to issue a public apology to Lauren, but also make sure to take down anything and everything mentioning her across every social media platform ever. Total cease and desist. Also, I need to give her the information of anybody who's part of my team, their addresses, their emails, their social medias, everything. And I'm not gonna lie, Jeanette, I personally do not trust you with that information. So, despite not having any guilt on who's a part of my team, in fact, I'm very proud, no.
Sending a cease and desist to try to dox somebody is just the most scumbag behavior. And emailing her mom too. Is this lawyer 12 years old?
Also included an entire trigger warning to start it out that basically insinuated that she believes I am in an absolute mental health crisis spiral and all that jazz, and that I should have a support system before I read the rest of her email to me. And I just want to assure you, Jeanette, despite the fact that you sent the police to my front door and what again I consider a clear threat of doxing due to the fact I have documented and posted unalive and harm threats that people have sent me over my years, actually I'm doing pretty good, all things considered. But from my perspective, it does look like your gaslight is on, and you should probably think about stopping to refuel soon. I would recommend a wah-wah station. It really does seem hashtag on brand for you. Again, in my opinion. The second problem for Jeanette, by the way, in her missive to me, she does indicate that we are not on a first name basis and to not call her Jeanette, to call her Attorney Braun or Miss Braun. So the second problem for Jeanette is easily the fact that I have the acute ability to smell a general sense of low self-esteem and desperation for any semblance of power that would be utilized in this manner of take me seriously and scare into silence and submission.
Fortunately, it doesn't seem like Kitty's been very fazed by any of this. From here, Kitty says she's gone ahead and hired an attorney just to get ahead of any defamation lawsuits that may come up, which may just have been the smartest decision made by anybody in this story. The next day, the lawyer, Jeanette Braun, was seen allegedly replying to a comment on one of her own TikToks. Can we get one on if it's cool for an attorney to harass the other party by requesting wellness checks? Individuals often perceive inquiries into their well-being, such as wellness checks, as intrusive or harassing when they need of assistance. About a week later, a podcast called Do We Know Them uploaded an episode on November 28th titled Lauren the Mortician's Unhinged Lawyer and Halle Bailey's Nail Salon Disaster. During the podcast, they cover the events of the story involving Kitty and Becca Day that we've gone through so far. They also go into detail regarding the cease and desist that Jeanette the lawyer allegedly sent to Kitty. Lauren the Mortician blackmail, extortion, defamation, false light, copyright infringement, harassment, and stalking. Miss Blank, hope this email finds you well and in a centered and rational state of mind. I am Lauren the Mortician's federal civil attorney and am in receipt of your email below. The proper preferred way to address me in communications is Miss Braun. You and I are not a first name basis. Attorney Braun would also suffice. You proclaim to be a demon playing a game of chess against me while I am playing checkers. I am not playing any games. None of this is a game, and it is clear you have no respect for the judicial process. However, you are not playing a game of chess. Your actions make it undeniable that you are playing a game of Twister in the mud. I recommend you stop playing all games and give the situation that you have caused the respect it deserves. You also claim that you will, in so many words, do demon things in the very near future. You intended this to be a threat to others based on the connotation and context of the statement. After seeing your multiple irrational and erratic posts on social media over the weekend, along with your TikTok livestream, I am worried that your mental state is unstable and that you may hurt yourself or someone else after reading this email. I believe you are not going to take the news well that you are wrong. If you have not composed yourself yet and are still spiraling, please stop reading here and make sure you have someone from your support network that you trust to be with you while you read on. Heed this trigger warning. I just had to re-record so many lines because I was laughing at how stupid this lawyer is. But the next day, on November 29th, Lauren was receiving so many comments regarding the wellness check situation that she uploaded this 7-minute explanation video with the comments turned off. Now, due to the unpredictable copyright striking that's coming from Lauren the Mortician and Jeanette Braun, I'm not going to play any of Lauren's explanation video for you. But the full thing will be linked down below, and I highly recommend you watch it for the full information. However, I will do my best to summarize what she says in an unbiased way. The video starts with Lauren the Mortician saying she wants to talk about everything, but legally she cannot. She then says the amount of people putting her face on blast and making multiple part videos spreading lies about her is ridiculous. So she's gonna explain everything herself, but first wants to give viewers some backstory. She explains that she's been dealing with online stalking, bullying, and harassment consistently for the last 2 months, saying that it's to a level where a normal person would unalive themselves. She adds that her address, real name, and funeral director's license were all leaked online, then noting that she had the cops come to her house the other day to make a report. Wrapping up the backstory info by saying, and this all began over a campaign to get me canceled over some dumb shit that I liked on Instagram. She then claims, I'm not a TERF. I'm not transphobic. I'm not homophobic. I'm none of those things. I follow left and right creators. I can even like something if I don't agree with it. Saying that, if it's one of her mutual followers, she probably liked the video after just seeing their face and didn't watch the content at all. She then says, I have not attacked any smaller creators. I was sent an email that told me if I did not own up to being transphobic, more defamatory content was going to be made about me to continue this hate campaign. Lauren then claims that this email was forwarded on to her lawyer, Jeanette Braun, and then a cease and desist was sent to this anonymous person. After that, Lauren says Kitty emailed Jeanette directly and tried to blackmail her, stating that Kitty made it clear in the email that she was working together with the first girl to take down Lauren, and adding that her lawyer never said there would be jail time for not posting a public apology. Lauren then claims that Kitty has been somebody she's blocked in the past because she saw Kitty saying weird things in the comments of her videos. After this, Lauren states, calls were made to the non-emergency number for a wellness check. The concerns came from watching lives and the posts that kept happening in the comments. Going on to list the vampire rituals that she believes Kitty is being serious about in her videos and comments, saying that it's all very concerning. She then says, calling a wellness check was not meant to be a swatting. No one called 911. Adding, I've seen what unaliving oneself looks like, and not saying 100% she was going to do that, but this was not rational behavior from someone of sound mind. This did come from a place of concern, because I thought she was going to do something to herself or to somebody else. Wrapping up the video by saying, this is my truth, my story. If you don't agree with it or don't believe me, you can unfollow me or block me, but leave me alone. A few days later, on December 2nd, the girls from the Do We Know Them podcast posted a follow-up episode covering the situation, titled, Lauren the Mortician's lawyer is way worse than we thought, and the Vlog Squad, where are they now? Well, I know Jason Nash is probably ignoring his kids and begging for money on TikTok Live still, but during the podcast, they go into way more detail regarding other smaller content creators that Jeanette Braun, the lawyer, has gone after. I highly recommend listening to this portion of the episode if you're looking for more information regarding the story. It will be linked down below. 1 week later, on December 8th, Kitty uploaded an 8-minute video, leaking the audio from the 2 phone calls where Lauren and her lawyer requested a wellness check on her.
Hello, my name is Jeanette Braun. I'm an attorney, a federal attorney out of Illinois, and I'm actually calling in a wellness check for... She's acting irrational and posting really wild things online. It really looks like she's having a mental crisis and needs some help. I'm wondering if you would go do a wellness check on her and make sure she hasn't harmed herself or
I need an address.
Do something more. Sure, the address is, I have it, coming now. I have to pull it up.
And what's her name?
Her name is
she black, white, or Hispanic?
White with short.
Do you have a date of birth on her?
It is February. It's February. I don't know the date. Whatever is a good one. 19.
And what exactly is she posting?
She is posting on her TikTok under Caffeinated Kitty, CAFFINATEDKITTI, and her Reddit account.
I just need to know what she's posting. I don't need the usernames.
Oh, she's blackmailing people. She is going, she's extremely irrational, posting content to threaten others. Looks like almost extortion. I received an email from her on Saturday that was full of blackmail and extortion. I'm going to submit that to the FBI, but now she's posting online. And she really seems to be having a mental crisis.
Is this a relative of yours or?
No, not a relative.
What's your name?
Jeanette, Jeanette. And my last name is Braun, Braun, and I'm an Illinois barred attorney. I think I have an obligation to report when I see erratic behavior as an officer of the court, and this is extremely erratic.
All right, we'll get someone out there to check on her.
Let me get you her apartment number. I have it. I gotta pull it up. I don't have the apartment number. She's on the floor. She was born in February, but she's on the floor of the apartment building. Short purple hair, thin, white, and I think she really needs some help.
All right, we'll get someone out there to check on her.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good Sunday.
No, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Police and fire. Hi, I was calling. I was calling to ask for a wellness check on someone.
Okay, what's the address?
It is.
And what's your name?
I'd like to remain anonymous if I could. I know that's awkward, but this girl is just spiraling.
Okay, you're gonna have to give me something. What's the relationship?
So she has a presence online, and she is blackmailing people online. She is threatening people. She's on Reddit. She's on TikTok. She's acting erratically. Her comments online are wild. I think this girl is literally. Her name is.
Do you have her date of birth?
I don't, but I know she was born in February. I don't know the day.
Okay, and what has she been doing online?
She is leaving comments, threatening people, blackmailing people. She's on Reddit, trying to gather people together to go after people. She's
are
just
these
acting.
People you or someone you know?
No. Somebody I know online.
Okay.
Yeah, she's acting irrational, erratic, and honestly, I just wonder if her mental health is okay. Like, so she isn't going to harm herself or other people because this.
Did she mention anything about harming herself?
No,
okay.
But at this, I mean, this is just not like her normal stuff at all to be posting.
So you actually know her?
From online.
Okay, but you don't know her personally. You just know her online.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And you don't want to leave your name?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
4 days after this post, on December 12th, the Do We Know Them podcast uploaded an episode titled, "This Unhinged Lawyer is Trying to Take Down Our Channel." And during the podcast, they show evidence of their channel receiving 2 copyright strikes for their episodes about Lauren and Jeanette. This completely removed both videos and put the entire channel at the risk of being deleted. Less than a week later, on December 18th, it was revealed that Lauren the Mortician and Jeanette Braun filed a defamation lawsuit against Kitty, Becca Day, and the girls from the Do We Know Them podcast. A re-uploaded PDF of the 40-page defamation filing can be found linked below. One section of the filing says, in the October 24, 2023 video, defendant KC accused Lauren the Mortician of being transphobic and a TERF because she liked posts by a conservative social media personality who is in a gay relationship. TERF is a derogatory slur in feminist groups and a highly offensive term. TERF is an acronym standing for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist, which is a term used to refer to or describe an advocate of radical feminism who does not believe that transgender people's gender identities are legitimate, and who is hostile to the inclusion of trans women in the feminist movement. Dictionary.com, TERF definition, accessed on December 12, 2023. Wow. Nothing proves you're not a transphobe, like having your lawyer sue on the grounds of the word TERF being a slur. There's another section in here about Becca Day that says, during her social media career, Miss Day has been accused of posting false and untrue statements about public figures, such as Grammy Award-winning musician Diplo and other prominent social media personalities. How the heck did Diplo, of all people, get involved in this? I haven't heard about that guy in years. I'm not sure how prominent of a public figure he is. Later in the defamation filing, they write this about the Do We Know Them podcast. In the videos, defendants Vasquez and Marston expressed a strong contempt for Lauren the Mortician and attorney Braun. In the videos, Defendant Vasquez and Defendant Marston mocked Attorney Braun by mispronouncing her name as Janet instead of Jeanette. Defendant Vasquez and Defendant Marston identified Attorney Braun by her full name and expressly noted that they intentionally mispronounced her name because it was fun, but that they were still referring to Attorney Braun. I love that the lawyer's just putting her own personal complaints in the lawsuit. This reads like a Twitter thread. As a direct result of the false and defamatory statements made by defendants Casey and defendant Day, Vasquez, and Marston, an angry internet mob was incited to further echo and spread the collective false statements that A. Lauren is transphobic, B. Attorney Braun is unethical, C. Attorney Braun files false copyright claims, and D. Attorney Braun is a rogue attorney. How are literally 3 out of the 4 things about Jeanette the lawyer? Again, I'll link the full thing down below if you want to skim through the rest. It's so messy, I know for a fact she didn't even consider consulting Google or ChatGPT before filing this thing. About a week later, on December 25th, a GoFundMe was started by Kitty, Becca Day, and the Do We Know Them podcast. It's called The Girlie's First Janet. Hi friends, welcome to our Damn It Janet Fund, or what we would like to formally call it, our Legal Defense Fund. We quite literally cannot believe we are having to do this, but here we are. As many of you know, the 4 of us have gotten hit with a, in our opinion, frivolous lawsuit by 2 individuals, Lauren the Mortician and her attorney, Jeanette Braun. This unfortunate situation has had many silver linings, one of them being the opportunity to create new friendships with one another. As social commentary creators, we have had our platforms and livelihoods put at risk for whistleblowing and covering a situation that we didn't feel was moral or right on many different levels. Us covering this situation has caused the following: threatening cease and desist from Jeanette Braun. Because of 2 calls placed by Jeanette Braun and Lauren the Mortician, police were sent to Kitty's home on the premises of a wellness check. This was, in our opinion, an attempt to intimidate and silence Kitty, but it ultimately put her safety at risk. Lily and Jesse's platform was almost terminated due to false copyright strikes Jeanette filed on their channel. YouTube deemed Lily and Jesse's content to be fair use, but Jeanette is also trying to sue Jesse and Lily in copyright court, as well as federal court. My, Becca Day, biggest platform has received a multitude of false copyright strikes by Jeanette Braun that not only has my account currently at risk, as well as significant monetization lost due to these false strikes. Kitty has lost an entire monetized platform, and her other 2 have received multiple false copyright strikes as well. Creators across social media are being hit with what we believe to be false copyright strikes by Jeanette Braun if they stitch or duet videos on TikTok that Jeanette doesn't like, putting their accounts at risk. A creator with millions of followers lost their entire Instagram account due to Jeanette Braun sending in a multitude of false copyright strike takedowns. We are standing firm in our stance when we say we don't think it's okay for massive influencers on social media who have unlimited money and resources available to them to hire an attorney to file false copyright strikes against smaller creators. We cannot allow the social norm on the internet to be that big creators can strike down whatever content or accounts they like due to criticism, discussions, or whistleblowing on harmful behavior or rhetoric. Then proceed to hire an attorney to file costly, frivolous, in our opinion, lawsuits in bad faith, and further attempt to silence creators. And in the legal fees section, they add, we are working with a highly experienced legal firm based out of California with decades of litigation and IP experience. They are very confident they can assist and support us in this fight. We are eternally grateful for the connections that were made to even get us on the phone with this firm. I'll link to the GoFundMe down below if you want to help out. But fortunately, their fans have already shown up in support, and they've gone far beyond their $20,000 donation goal. Becca Day posted a video sharing info about the GoFundMe, and a fan commented, I just have this vision of the federal judge seeing this case and tossing it out and being highly irritated, which may foreshadow what's to come soon in this story. A couple days later, on December 27th, Becca Day posted this video, indicating the 4 girls' decision to countersue Lauren the Mortician and Jeanette Braun.
4 of us have spent a lot of time talking, a lot of time discussing with other legal experts, and we have ultimately come to the conclusion that we are going to fight this. we know that this lawsuit infringes on our free speech, and we intend to fight for our right to free speech, our right to be able to post freely, our right to be able to speak freely, our right to have our own opinions, our right to whistleblow on things that we think are wrong, immoral, or illegal. And we believe every other individual on social media or anywhere has the right to do exactly that.
Following this, many people noticed that Lauren the Mortician seemingly moved back home to deal with these lawsuits and was posting way more content regarding working at a funeral home, with many thinking that Lauren is trying to prove something or at least rebrand to get away from the controversy. Just about a month after the lawsuit filing, on January 17th, there was a notice placed on the case. A user on Reddit says, "The judge is slapping Janet's hand. Not sure if somebody has posted about this yet, but there was a notice filed in the case today by the judge that lists a ton of basic jurisdictional things that Janet and her attorney did wrong, and is requiring them to file a supplement by January 31st. Basically, they completely messed up pleading the jurisdiction of the parties, and the judge isn't having it. The information on the defendant's state citizenship that they omitted was stuff you learned to do in the first year of law school. This is really embarrassing for them. Of note, the judge railed them for not including the state where Jesse lives. Anyway, this is a rough start for Janet et al., and I love to see it. If you want a detailed legal breakdown of the mistakes that Jeanette made from the perspective of an actual lawyer, I recommend this 20-minute video that will be linked below from Runkle of the Bailey, who has a series of videos covering this ridiculous case. And he does a great job in this one, explaining all of the missteps made and the potential future of the case, which he believes might get dragged into California, where Jeanette is currently suing from. And this may come with far more expensive problems. But for now, that's pretty much everything that's happened recently surrounding Lauren the Mortician, and how the TikToker has been under fire lately for allegedly leading the charge to have Jamie Grayson's TikTok permanently deleted. On top of copyright striking smaller creators, sending her critics cease and desist letters, and filing quite possibly the laziest defamation lawsuit that TikTok has ever seen. But now that you have pretty much all of the details about both of these situations, I need to know, what do you think about everything? Is Lauren the Mortician in the wrong for what happened with Jamie Grayson's account? Was Caffeinated Kitty's video calling Lauren a TERF grounds for defamation? And what's the deal with Jeanette the lawyer? Let me know all that and anything I missed down in the comments. If you want to stay caught up with even more internet drama and news, please consider subscribing and check out any of my recent videos. Thank you so much for making it to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.